Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. This is probably too much high energy for somebody who just got out of surgery. Dot dot. Just sending out the links and stuff. And also, yes, hello, Yiza. Lovely to see you there. Because of OBS crashing, people got to miss your very lovely joke of saying the stream's not started yet in my time zone. Mine being mine, not Yiza's. And that being why there's no audio being on. Because Yiza is very funny. Anyway, bit of a Zodi update. 2 days ago, I had to be medevac to Edmonton to get a gallstone that was removed. So I am doing medically fascinating. And we have received our first usage of the channel points that I have made. Here is a cool bit of trivia about my Cursed World trivia, about my series. It is on a Pangaic continent. There is only the one continent. It's a mega continent, and there's nothing really out beyond it besides a few like minor islands that are still like reasonably close by boat. And yeah, Zodi shouldn't get gallstones, especially because her gallbladder exploded and had to get removed. But as it turns out, some were still in there, so they had to go in there and get rid of them. This has been a hell of a week for yours truly. And I tell you, I've been seeing images of what Mr. Alan Wake looks like in game number 2, and I can feel myself transforming into him with how kind of nasty I've been getting exhaustion-wise. I still think I'm in Alan Wake 1 period, though. Anyway, let's resume. Where did we last leave off? I don't remember. Oh, right. You know, I was going to say, oh, right, and then describe where I was, but also, where we are kind of describes like 90% of the video game. We're trying to reach the new place that the kidnapper wants us to go. Now that we were rude and went in advance to the first place. Also, yeah, I have added follower emotes and subscriber emotes that you can now use. Turns out, if you add a subscriber emote and it gets approved, you just get access to follower emotes as well.
Sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
What a rude man. We're not actually in Maine, is the thing, if I recall. Ooh, flared gun. Like me, a flare gun. Let's see what we got. We got hunting rifle. No, wait, no, this is the shotgun. Got a decent amount of revolver. Some flared gun. That is classic Final Fantasy, Rizier. I do love Blue Mage. Random Cursed World trivia. I should probably put a cooldown on this at some point. Let's see. Trivia is actually a lot harder than I thought it would be. Hold on. Ray is not into shooting games. She is not a FPS person. She would not like the game Alan Wake. Or the person Alan Wake, honestly. She's more into fighting games. Specifically Guilty Gear style.
Birds.
Ah, birds! Begone! Foul creatures of the night! Dinosaurs of pure darkness! I think that's all of them. Ah. Wake. Don't wiggle around so much. Wait! Wiggle faster, Wake! You must run faster, my man. What the? Jab and GG's. Flashbang out. She would definitely like Dragon Ball Fighter Z, or whatever the equivalent of it would be in Cursed World. I still need a better name for, honestly. Need a name for the world that they're actually in. I've never been good at that. Don't give suggestions. Maybe do, but like in private. Whoop, whoop. Okay, we are in mines. We know Alan gets a little finicky when we're indoors. So let's take it nice and cautious so that we don't end up flailing all over the place. This looks like a place that is going to be full of bad guys. Draco Bell Warrior, see? Tunnels go to Cauldron Lake. You know, that is true. They mentioned that they... Rose, I don't appreciate the ASMR. You know what? This isn't where the light is telling me to go, so I'm gonna go where the light is going to go. Fruit Hero Battler X. Okay, the first couple times it was creepy. This has started to become a little more silly than creepy.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
Oh shit. That sounds like real life.
Alice?
Alice!
Real life!
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here.
And, inky blackness. Water. Or something else. Yeah, that's very true, Isa. Manuscript page. Hunters taken.
The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
Just incidental writing about the hunter men, who were hunting illegally, and were, like, kind of assholes, but still all died to be turned into minions. So, Alan's head did not like being down here. Hello, Knight. Chronic coffee kleptomania. There has been no coffee as of yet. Decent title for a VOD, by the way. You know what? You're not wrong. We'll see where this goes. Something funny might happen that inspires me for a name. Oh hey, more flares. Not to be used with a flare gun, though, because these are different kinds of flares. Cursed World Random Trivia. So I like to base the nations of my setting on real world stuff to get like inspired and come up with ideas. And the way China and Japan work in the real world is kind of like the opposite of how it worked in real life, where instead of the Asian folk from China going to colonize Japan, it's the other way around. I don't know if that's like a bad evil thing or not, but I think it's a neat idea. Manuscript page. Nightingale in the Majestic. Hey, Nightingale. This motherfucker.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
I mean, I don't know why it would be bad either. I just am always worried about doing a bad thing sometimes. Ray does not do that. She does not even like coffee. Also, yeah, I have made some channel point options. By some, I mean really one. Also made follower and subscriber emotes. That chain did not jingle, but when I hit it, it made the... Oh, wait, no, it did move. That is true, Knight. And yeah, that's a thing. Oh no, all that light has been destroyed. Uh-oh. Oh, there are more than... I did not realize there was this many people here. I forgot how to play the video game.
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here.
That is also very true. I feel like the special funny thing about that, Isa, is that Tech Bro losers would immediately be consumed and consolidated into like some backroom idiot super tech testing facility where they will die. Because either they make something useful or they get rid of themselves. It's a problem with zero failure states. I mean, it's a solution with zero failure states. Alright, I gotta remember. It's shift to dodge. Don't need to like actually read those again because they're already read. Well, time to go to our salvation. Uh-oh, the rocks are falling. Yeah, like absolutely. You know that works. Ooh, ooh, oh! There's a lot of guys here, actually. I see. Flash, bang out! How did you not die from that? Get out of here. You know, that's a good question, Knight. Would a Balrog just eradicate itself? I guess that's a question of, could a Balrog be taken? And if it did, could its fire be given the darkness attribute, for lack of a better term? Could you make dark fire? You can make hot ice, and you can make cold fire, but can you make dark fire? Coffee thermos. Ah, the light is over there. Yeah, black fire, I think it was.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Maybe the machinery could help me. I like when characters phrase it like that, because it implies the machinery is, like, actively helping. And I just find that really pleasant. Like, sure thing, Mr. Wake. We'll move this around for you. Stuff like that is why I'm a huge nerd. Move the elevator? Well, why don't you say so? Well, unfortunately, it's not going to be in a great position for us. This'll have to do, boss. Really rather it wasn't. Oh wait, no, this is fine, actually. I mean, there's a lot of lights here. The lights is keeping the dark presence from here. And it's not all powerful. The dark presence is, as its name suggests, a presence. It is not the dark super monster or the dark T-Rex. It has rules. And as long as we, like, skirt by the rules, we'll be fine. Now this area right here would probably be under some influence. But because the rest of it is not, you could argue that, like, it's protected. The Neo T-Rex. Now, I'm one of those people who wanted Exoprimal to be a Dino Crisis remake while having never actually played Dino Crisis. I've watched it be played, though. I don't remember ever actually seeing dinosaurs other than raptors, though. No, there's a shark in it. Dinosaur shark! No, it was just a regular shark. Well, we're out of the mine, so we should be fine. Kick! And yeah, you're not wrong, but sometimes that's what you want. Sometimes you just want to kind of play a bad version of a game you like. More flares. Oh, and a manuscript page. Also, yeah, the last page we got and a page we got earlier has made it very clear that Nightingale is an alcoholic for drama. Nice view of this mountain. Yes, manuscript page. Tor hits Nurse Sinclair.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Calder Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
The way he reads "We're on a comeback tour, baby" makes me know that, like, within the fiction, Alan Wake thinks this line fucking snaps. Like, this is badass. This is a good line for this character who is hitting a nurse in the head with a steel hammer. Now, it may not actually be steel, because they are in, like, a mental health hospital. And they only believe that they are the children of the Asgards. But who knows? That might be actually quite bad for the nurse. Oh, birds! Birds, go away! Birds, go away! Did not mean to use a flashbang on birds. Ugh. That's such a waste. I feel so bad about using that. Oh, geez. I guess we'll find out when we find out. So I've been making Dead by Daylight jokes about Alan Wake having to start generators. They should put Alan Wake in that game. They put Chucky in that game. And, like, apparently the way they put Chucky in that game is very funny and good.
Great. Another cable car. Just great.
Like when you pick up a downed survivor, since Chucky is like a 5-foot tall doll, the haunted spirit of the murderer possessing him instead manifests around both the victim and the Chucky doll like a stand to pick up both of them and take them around. And that's really funny. Ah! Birds! Oh, flares just go through the ground when you're on a cable car. Okay. Well, that's my unfortunate bad. Uh-oh. Well, at least we reached the checkpoint. Oh, no. We're fine. We're alive. Any landing you can walk away from. But there were two guys there. There were two guys in that guy. That was sudden. Dark presence threw a train at us. And yeah, definitely. Okay, I ought to switch to the hunting rifle because I am out of shotgun ammo. I will oblige, video game. Oh, rude. You know, that's a good point, Knight. Though I do wonder how Freddy Krueger would work in my setting, because the way it works is that all Mancers, like Ray, they dream in the element that they're capable of controlling. Like, no matter what dreams they have, they are just incidentally also on that element. So I'm not sure how we would be able to make use of that, especially because, like, they are immune to that element if it is dangerous to them. Well, not immune, very resistant, you know what I mean. Oh, that is true, though. That those films do establish that your own abilities don't work in the dream world. Although that is true, Mr. Krueger does not like fire. I'm gonna torment this Ray child. Oh no! Everything is on fire! That's not good. Cauldron Lake. The 8th deepest lake in the world. Cauldron Lake is a caldera lake formed in a volcanic crater. The volcano itself could be considered to be active, but it has not erupted since the volcanic earthquakes of 1970, and even then the underground activity was comparably mild. Despite some property damage, there was no casualties. Cauldron Lake is one of the most beautiful spots in the Bright Falls area, as well as a central figure in many local folk tales. It's a popular recreational area for the area residents. I think Freddy Krueger would be like a ghost. Like, just straight up, he's a ghost. He is doing like ghost level shit, but like filtered through a very powerful lens. And in that sense, they would not be dreams so much as they are, like, haunting hallucination type things. So the power would be kind of different. Oh dear. Many rude boys await you. Had enough of you all. Wow. Okay, the flare is not strong enough to kill the biggest big guy. Whoa! Watch yourself, sir. But what if he was a serial killer and your dad? That probably wouldn't be much different. Coffee thermos. Oh, if it's a direct hit, yeah. Like most explosive weapons. Also, personal theory time. The flare gun being, like, your super powerful weapon is, like, a sensible thing, because light is your strongest weapon. But also, it has the exact same kind of, like, aiming profile as a big revolver. So it's also got some of that, like, noir detective badass feelings going on. Like, if a regular pistol is just like a pistol, the flare gun is like... Where are you pointing me towards? The flare gun is like the Magnum. That's a good question. Aku is very devious. He is a very powerful demon lord. I don't think she could beat him alone. That's like the most generous I'll be. Yeah, teaming up with Jack, they would absolutely be able to stop him. I wouldn't say, like, completely win the day stop him, because Aku's got his soul tied up in a destiny thing. But most people don't like how that show ended, even though it ended exactly like Gurren Lagann. Manuscript page. Mott at Cauldron Lake.
Mott had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
Oh, no. Now, this was already obvious, but I don't think Mott has our wife. Because he lives in a reality where Cauldron Lake doesn't exist. I think a big part of why I do think Rei would do pretty well against Aku is because he, like, even though his fire is like evil demon fire, it is still fire. Katniss Everdeen. I guess that's a fire-related character. Not a fan. Like, respects the hustle of being a revolutionary. Just doesn't like the books. Yeah, Akuma would be different. The Dark Hado looks like fire, but it's actually like concentrated spirit energy powered by hatred. That would be a lot more difficult to deal with. Azula is someone who I think Rei would actually try to, like, help. Like, immediately is like, oh, you've... terrible things have happened to you. Tom. Did you write this? I miss you, Tom. Tom, you talked to me on TV, Tom. CW and TZ. Oh god, that reminds me. Knight mentioned that Thomas Zane's partner was cited as Barbara Jaeger. And for the life of me, I was trying to be like, okay, that's a pretty normal name. But then Knight mentioned that's a little on the nose, given that the cabin on Cauldron Lake is called Chicken Leg Cabin. And it's like, no, Barbara Jaeger is Baba Yaga? That's such a slant. Nah, Alan. But also, yeah, whoever this CW is Tom's actual love. I mean, Azula's 13. It's really important to remember that Azula is 1 year off of being a literal baby. And could she win in a fight with Azula? Yes. Her flames would be hot enough to hurt Rey, I think. But, like, Rey would put her down. Not, like, kill her, but take her out. It would be difficult. I miss you, Tom. Goodness. Oh, right, the lightning. The lightning would mess her up. I did forget about lightning bending for a second. That would make it rough. My money is still on Rey because at the end of the day, Azula is a 13-year-old. Like, the only reason Azula was threatening to the people she was fighting is because they were also children, like her. My understanding is that Azula is meant to be, like, pretty young. I may be wrong on the exact age, but I could have swore it was like, she's 13. Or close to that, anyway. Yeah, whoever was living here, they may have been the person helping us with this light graffiti, and are connected to Thomas Zane. Whoop! Alan. You gotta be careful, bud. Oh, that's a lot of people. Get out of here! Be gone! What? Where did you come from? Back to the light with you. I can't tell them to go back to the shadows from whence they came, because that would be good for them. Ow! Goodness. Cursed World Trivia. Vaird's father is like a long-haul truck driver who is often not at home. That's why he doesn't really get mentioned. He'll get mentioned once or twice. But yeah, that's the gist of it. He is a long-haul driver. No, though that would be funny. That would be funny, Knight. Touch the sun. That's a good one. Coffee. I feel like if Vaird's father did get into a situation like that, it would be less, give me back my truck, I love my truck, and more, give me back my truck, I kind of need the deposit. This isn't my truck, I need it back. I can't afford to pay for it.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Okay, that is a yes, Knight, but also Vaird's dad does not know about the supernatural. Rey would absolutely destroy these birds. Actually, Rey would...
close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
If it weren't for the fact that a lot of her, like, if it weren't for the fact that pyromancy was controlled by emotion specifically, she would have a blast. She would do great in a Alan Wake scenario, because she is light. She is fire. Wake wakes up in the lodge.
I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Go find it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Now that's concerning. Also, yeah, Knight, I think I already answered this, but I'll say it again. Vaird's father, Gabriel, I think is his name, would absolutely do that, but doesn't know a thing about the supernatural. See, Ella is Shaggy because she eats a lot and is the most scared at all times, always. Ray would probably end up being Freddy in this scenario. Although Freddy is the one who makes all the traps, so it could be Vaird because she likes, like, technical stuff like that.
I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! Sorry. Please, wait! The boss didn't know who he's messing with. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. We don't have the wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably around. We just said we had her to make a play ball. You see? We got him writing for us. Please. Please, I'm sorry.
I'm not laughing at Mott being tortured to death by the Dark Presence. I'm laughing at the chat. I would only ever slightly chuckle at an evil man being killed by a much more threatening evil for his hubris. Unfortunately, Razir, there is. Puppy power! I'm going to hell for this. Well, there goes Mott. Also, there goes us, actually. I will admit, I haven't watched enough Courage to have an answer for that. And that's the end of that episode. Right, yeah. I was confusing him for the Satan analog, who is also a cat, in Courage the Cowardly Dog. God, this song is good.
My, oh my, what a wretched life. I was born on the day that my poor mama died. I was cut from her belly with a Stanley knife.
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper.
I've actually only watched one episode of Earthworm Jim, so I don't actually have an answer to that either, Knight. Now that I've thought about it for a bit. Episode 4. The Truth.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice. There you go. Hartman, I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
Well, that's a dramatic twist in the start of an episode called The Truth, huh? What if this entire thing has just been psychotic dreams?
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
A fun aspect here is that you can kind of see on the edges of the screen that it does not look correct. So already, you could start disbelieving.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
I'll follow you, but
This
only when I
corner
like
is for
to.
patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course.
God, everything about this guy immediately feels like he's a scam artist.
I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
The Soul, Lane, Emerson, and Wake. Feel like I should recognize those other names. Anderson. Okay, you know, that's a good painting. I like this. Also, good bear statue. I have a cough candy, just to, like, help my throat a bit.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
What do you mean by trivia predictions?
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
I'll have to give that a thought and figure out how to do that, Isa, because that seems like it could be a fun idea. Where somebody asks a question, I write up 3 possible responses, and then everyone votes on what they think it will be. Hey look, a sundial. Always trust people who routinely have sundials. Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated. TZ. In the memory of a dear friend and poet. Oh, you can only vote on 2 predictions. Okay. What other planets?
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring.
This is actually a really nice
Golden
view.
Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me.
God,
Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved
to
his
bring
own
you
voice.
out of the
His words
world.
echoed madly inside my head.
But I can't
I dug my
do it
nails
by
into the
myself.
palms of my hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery.
I am glad Alan starts interrupting him then,
Let's go.
because saying, you just don't want to admit that you're having a problem, while that is true for some things, I don't think that applies to this.
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
As established last time on Alan Wake. Fuck you, buddy.
Scary, scary, scary.
What is with this man's animations? Why is your neck like this?
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
that's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video games.
Elbow strike.
It's trash, of course, but it does involve some small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
Oh, right. Remedy is making fun of themselves. That's what's happening here. Mostly, anyway.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
That is immediately concerning.
Well, I guess I better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here.
I don't know. I would like to be out in a cool thunderstorm. Also, yeah, this part of the game is rather unsettling. Thermos. My coffee. Not yours, loser.
Come, Alan, this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Welcome to Cauldron Lake Lodge. We're here to give you the specialized help you need. However, please observe the following. Please ask friends and family to schedule visits beforehand to ensure they don't interfere with your therapy and or periods of creativity. Also, please respect your fellow patients' needs for privacy and personal space, especially when they're engaged by their creative processes. Be patient. Typically, our patients have long-term creative problems, and they won't be solved overnight. Give yourself permission to take the time you need. Bear in mind that you're voluntarily receiving treatment that has been specifically tailored for you. Engagement Therapy, TM, and its sister method, The Flow, TM, work best when you are actively engaged in shaping them. If you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to voice them. Yeah, I've got a concern. Why you got fucking trademarks on your in-house notices? That's concerning. Ah, see, it's not a steel hammer.
Killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm!
Night Springs, the board game.
Off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
He is obviously taken in some way.
Bash his head in with a hammer. Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say.
Don't wing us with the
All right,
Hammer.
Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm. The Anderson farm. Valhalla! We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message. Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
I also appreciate that, Knight. Also,
My head
hey,
was clearing
manuscript
up,
page.
Or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
And yeah, see, not a steel hammer. Tom is Zane's writing and assistant.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant, Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words.
Yeah, no. Sorry,
we have a
guys.
stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Oh, I just noticed leather patches on the elbows. That's not very rock and roll.
I'm just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all, taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens, what were they? Memory and thought, the hag.
That would make
She
sense,
took
Knight.
something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, a god.
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other rider.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
Oh, I forgot how good these guys are.
So tired. Built the farm close to the lake.
Yeah, they are Thor and Odin. Now, what that means is a very good question.
Dr. Hartman was worried about the power again. He's checking on it now.
Yeah, good thing he's not overreacting or anything.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they go.
Gotcha. Doc's got me looking after Wake here, but
Hee hee hee. Looking after me, huh? Loser, idiot, failure.
I'm not myself. It's hard to think. There's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be.
God, I do love how unsettling this game can get.
Mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
And as current Alan realizes the truth, so too does Alan in the TV. A night of night and a night of day. Also a QR code. Y'all feel free to scan that if you want. And post in the thread about what they are if you have been doing that. Certain Zodis would appreciate it. Though don't go out of your way to do so. Coffee.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Wait, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Okay. There's not much else to do in this area.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, witch.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we?
Okay, so they did get a real ass actual hammer. Wait, there's a manuscript page. Barry in the lodge.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped
Oh no!
his hand on Barry's shoulder.
Poor Barry. Barry's looking for us and immediately gets stonewalled.
I'm taking it.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office room from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd be keeping them.
God, I love these
Maybe
two.
you could come out and beat our wrinkled adult
I do
diapered ass.
kind of hope she's not dead, unless she is actually an evil minion, in which case it's fine.
We were on the road, man. You think we haven't seen punks like you before?
Mortal. Where was I supposed to use these? I was too busy listening to old men threaten person. Right, into his office. Where's his law office? Hey, Night Springs poster. Death Rally. This is the room of the video gamesman, I guess. Night Springs, the Xbox 360 video game. I'm 100% sure this is actually a scan of the whiteboard of testing meetings for Alan Wake. Like, you can even see the shadow people and the flashlight stuff. That's cute. I'm glad that I completely botched understanding where to go, because I was listening to the old men be threatening. Because otherwise, I probably wouldn't have found that. Right, there's an ejective marker in the goddamn corner. Go to Hartman's office. Where is Hartman's office? Wait. Alright, I have to open the lock manually. I'm a dumb. Look, I'm just very excited because secretly we are at like one of the most exciting parts of the game.
In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Gasp. Speaking of gasp, all of these paintings
The markings on the
of
tape
us.
said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't believe right.
God, these paintings are actually really good. Manuscript page. Mott fails Hartman.
Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for, to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Welp. Yeah, Robin is a ghost, but she's very real. She's real and my friend.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake, what would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems. Always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him. And we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Oh, poor Alan. Also, I think a genuine flaw you could raise against the game is that they actually make Alan and her reactions together too good. Like, they're too clearly in sync and together and happy in the scenes at the start of the game. So I'm actually kind of in some degree of doubt about this one. Oh, damn, Barry. Barry didn't just get stonewalled, he got kidnapped.
I am famous. I represent a celebrity. They'll be looking for me. Oh, that's how you want to play it? Is that how you want to play it? Really? Okay, that's how we'll play it. It'll be hardball all the way. No, seriously, man. I'm willing to forget the whole thing.
Barry, it's me. Just hiding behind our goddamn thing.
Man, I'm glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no. The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that vet gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy out. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
What the fuck, Barry?
That's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
Also, to answer your question, Knight, look, Ray is strong, but she's not quite capable of punching robots to death. It would be a difficult fight, asterisk, but Magma Dragoon would probably, like, take her out. She would need assistance on this.
And more.
One of them was the cardboard cutout, Knight.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Good night.
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Well, so long, Hartman. I love his little fucking smirk. Hartman watches Wake fall.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning, even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
I adore that Hartman has been secretly evil the entire time, but like supremely secretly evil.
The dark presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out.
Oh, there's a lot of goo. Whoop! Whoopsies! Lots of darkness there. Oh. Salvation! God, the way the darkness is literally climbing up the windows. This is a really effective set piece. Oopsies. That's probably enough. Yeah, Hartman's Clinic is your favorite part of the game. Honestly, mine too. For multiple reasons. Okay, that's still too many things. Unless this is the way we go. No! No! This is not the way to go. Uh-oh. Flare! Flare, his friend! All those bear statues together. I have to destroy them now. Manuscript page. Hartman's mission.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far
I got a secret for you, Hartman. Generally speaking, people don't need idea guys. Not in creative works. What is this commercial for? Mustang Drift. Oh, this is where all their ads went. No, goodbye. Goodbye, ads. Not subjecting people to ads. That's very silly. And I feel like it's less that they don't like producers, and it's more that they don't like people who think that they are like the cool creator person because they have produced. I'm gonna be honest. It has shades of the current AI art and writing stuff going on right now. Ow! Orb. Okay, there's nothing in here. Time to leave. I can't leave. I need to trick Orb into not killing me and hitting this door. Okay, goodbye!
I'm here.
Also, yes, they put the ad in Hartman's office. That feels like a thing.
But the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al. Oh God! Look at the house, Al.
Jesus. The Hartman hold up! I'm gonna have to take a look at that when we're done with these guys. This art piece. Ouch. Suspended. Lauren Miller, 1989. Oh, okay. I did thought that froze the game a bit. God, imagine if Tor and Odin had been the main characters of this game. Before we talk to Barry, I want to observe something. This is a diver's helmet being captured by darkness tendrils. This is very directly what's happening with Thomas Zane. What happened with him, rather. Oh, good, more batteries. I'm just getting batteries for the fight I have to do.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al. Oh God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
Ouch. Right, that's how you have to deal with these. If you are hurting them as they get close to you, they will falter.
Come on, Al, we gotta go. It's not much of a maze. I made it through easy.
Yeah, Lewis would just, like, do a big wah yell and then successfully absorb all the ghosts with his vacuum. Okay, you say that, Knight, but the later Luigi's Mansion games give you a super flashlight blast attack like this. So you are correct. Also, I guess people are getting their wish that this house is going to be wiped off the face of the earth. Okay, how good am I at hedge mazes? The answer is not. Although I do know the rule. It's a hedge maze! I can only go so fast! No dual wielding in this household. Manuscript page. Wake sees the old god stage!
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
You remember how in the earlier streams we got pages like Alan Wake thought he was safe and then he heard the sound of a chainsaw and it was like, oh no. If you haven't played this game before, if you haven't heard of this, which is unlikely, but if you haven't heard of this page is like the positive version of that, where it's like, uh-oh, and we are going to have a good time. I said... Okay, you only got one knife, but also go home. I'm very excited for this. And yeah, I know it's not perfect. But it is one of those set pieces that can be very good. Oh, God. No, that's fair. Manuscript page. Hartman in the power failure.
Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure.
I like how the writing makes it very clear that, no, Hartman is well aware of everything that is going on. Ow! Double kill! Although I'm alive, so, you know. My victory. Well, I guess we know what Super Taken we're fighting soon. Oh, they got me. There, that's him dealt with. No, you can't say that, Knight. That game's fucking terrible. Get out of the dreaded gazebo and start killing these birds. Ah, good. Shoot gun. Everyone's favorite. And a manuscript page. Mott in charge.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
I do like how after much of the game, yeah, that's the thing. I actually quite like that. I like that a lot, Knight. I had actually been thinking of something along those lines. Because there's been no, like, dog taken. The taken have only ever been humans! Ah, goddammit. Someone should clip that moment. Go over here so I don't get ambushed again. Oh, ow. Wheelbarrow! Go to hell where you belong. Manuscript page. Barry attacked by a taken.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay. Okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Oh no, I hope Barry's okay. I think that actually happened before the stuff that's happening now, so it's fine. Emil made Tom do it. I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually see this before. Emil made Tom do it. Man, Mr. Hartman needs a bullet in the head. He's already been, like, turbo crushed to death by the darkness. But, like, as a statement, it needs to be made and done. Okay, I do have a flare gun. That's good to know. Oh, you think you're so fancy and scary? Watch this! Was that necessary? No. Was it cool? Probably also no. Does it matter? Also, definitely no. Ha! The way the game handles resources means that you use your resources. I actually quite like that. The way that this game really runs on smoke 'em if you got 'em territory. Speaking of smoking them if you got them, coffee. Also, a lot of ammo for many of our guns. Manuscript page.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. With a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he'd had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
So we punched Hartman in the face twice. Once at the cop house, once here. And that rules. Are you a darkness? Oh, no, that's Barry. Barry's okay. Yay for Barry. Yay.
You're alive! Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so,
Oh, dang.
Barry! I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
Well, time for many a boy.
Hurry up, Barry.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Ow! Barry! Focus! So long, suckers!
Please tell me we're headed for the nearest. Come back soon sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Don't actually do that. Yes, she was much better at focusing than that. God, I forgot he takes the standee with him. That's such a good gag.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it. Look out!
Ah, no. This is the scene where Alan falls. Oh no. I hope Barry is okay again.
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
I do...
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the crowd gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Ha!
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall.
Always wear your seatbelt. That is correct. I also don't know if that actually like gets highlighted in the chat. I still need to work on if that works. Also, a thing worth pointing out that I think is cool. I like the idea in Eldritch Abomination stories like this, where it's like, no, actually kind of breaking from sanity is a good thing. Because if you tried to stay sane during this, you would break. Okay, I will try and fix that night. So going a little crazy can be good.
Al, there's something moving down here.
Oh no!
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al. I'm great. Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh?
Barry, I am also from New York. Okay, that's a good joke night, damn. And there's a farm.
You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al. I'll be waiting.
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al, I'm not staying here. It's suicide. I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo.
Now
This would turn
Rambo.
into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
I do hope the Anderson brothers are alright, though. Because they were in that building, too. But I don't know. Something about the God brothers makes me think they'll be fine. That's all you got? A small tree? Okay, I can't actually attack that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! My hubris! Ow! My blood! My hubris and also my blood! Uh-oh. Coffee thermos! Ow! Ow! Feel like I was supposed to have a flashlight by that point. Did I miss it? Okay, I will respect your tree. Please don't Donkey Kong me again. Ow! Yeah, that's a good point, Knight. I should have done that. Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. The things this game does sometimes are a bit too much. Now, if you'll excuse me... I'll be taking my coffee! There, I juked those barrels. Alan, catch your breath. Manuscript page. Walter at the Anderson farm.
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
Hey, who's Walter? I don't remember who that is. Did we hear a Walter at some point? Like, I do legitimately forget that. Oh, yeah, the drunk in jail. Who was it that Walter saw then? Maybe Danny then. Ah, that hurt all of my bones.
Crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through.
Whew, almost failed that. Manuscript page. Nightingale arrests Wake.
Agent Nightingale stared at the passed out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest.
Well, that's concerning. But at least we did not get shot in the head. Ouch, my bones.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Flashlight, 0 batteries. Trust no one in the dark. And yeah, that is good, Knight. Also, the color of your text has changed on my window. Interesting. I hope everything is okay. True, but get off my ass. Ow. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's no reason to do that. Goodbye. Alan Wake, competitive axe dodging champion of the world, 2023. Or whatever year this game was released. Owie. $2010. That makes sense.
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
Okay, that does make sense. God, I cannot wait to see what happens in Alan Wake 2, because I have zero idea what's going on in that game. I just know it exists. Okay, a campsite with some coffee for me, some batteries that are mine, heavy-duty flashlight, ka-chunk. We now have upgrade to flashlight. Flashlight 2.
Car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
Let's hope it's not Barry. Also, wow, that was like the one campsite in this game that doesn't have a bunch of guns at it. Now, I don't remember what the heavy-duty flashlight does that's better than the normal flashlight. I just know that it's bigger.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
Well, thank you.
I'd seen glimpses of the light before. I'd seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
Manuscript page. The Dark Presence at large.
The Dark Presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
And D-Shield's taken faster. That makes sense. Also, yeah, this is the first page that really, like, spells it out directly. The Dark Presence is literally bound by the rule of narrative. Ah, more bear traps. Genuinely awful. Do not use these. Manuscript page. The patients escaped the lodge.
The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought the shades before.
God, I fucking love this. See, this is what I mean by sometimes Alan Wake shows that he really does got it. Because this is one of those like moments where he shows that, yeah, he is a good writer. Because this kicks ass. The old gods of Asgard save all the other mental home patients, and when they see that the old enemy has come to take them away once again, they're like, yes, yes, we kill again. And it's so very good. Also, shoot gun.
Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
Also, now that we know that the Dark Presence rule is run on narrative convenience specifically, every time we have picked up an item where Alan Wake has narrated something about that item, that is Alan directly influencing the story. And I think that's incredibly silly, but like in a good way. This is why I think Alan Wake is such a good videos game. Get out of here. My coffee. I thought that was a page for a moment. Whoa! Two for the price of one. Nice. Ow! Okay, they got me that time. Okay, flare! Protect me the last 5, like, centimeters. That's pretty badass, actually, Knight.
There was no sight of the driver.
I almost kind of wish he didn't put a note so that he would think that the groundhogs did it. He wouldn't think that, but like for a fraction of a second, he absolutely would.
Hello? Anybody here? Barry!
No! Danny, you're not! Please! What are you? No! Don't! I'm sorry!
Oh. That makes me feel sad. Guess we found out what happened to Walter.
The front door was locked.
Buddy, you got a gun and an arm. You could get through this easy. You know, that's true. Maybe he did get away in the end. After all, he did shoot the Taken. Am I supposed to get out? What if I am supposed to shoot my way out? That would be funny. Also, yeah, that's a good point, Knight. How are we locked inside? Alan, you're kind of a bad writer sometimes. I love you, man, but also... Come on. Well, I guess we gotta leave. Wait, no, right, we can't. Basement it is, then. Or not. Oh, now we can push this door open. Crunch.
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see You're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. My buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie. The best friend's suddenly bad guy who wrote this crap anyway.
That's really sad, because it means he was pursued this entire way by a single Taken. Also, you say that, Knight, but, like, this is the exact sort of scene you would see in Stephen King. Everyone in Stephen King's novels kind of almost shares the same opinions that he has. And you would absolutely get a scene like this. It's when you can tell that, like, the author has put their voice into the story. This is definitely Alan Wake's opinion of movies like that.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape.
You can do it,
I've
Alan.
written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way. Near escapes. Cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who will help me. I'll make it happen.
See, I fucking love this aspect of it. The reveal that, yes, everything we've been playing, the picking up of the manuscripts, everything, has been the story that Alan has been writing. The manuscript is telling the future, not because it is telling the future, but because it is telling the future. I realize that might be a little hard to parse, but it makes sense, I assure you. Welp. Ow, rude.
Let me guess. Danny, huh?
Man, that's kind of a sad one-liner. How could you do that, Wake? It makes sense. What I mean is that it's not predicting the future. It is telling the future what it is going to be.
Still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
Going to avoid looking at that. Yeah, telling the future what it is going to be, and not simply predicting it, is what I meant by that word salad. Well, time to take Walter's truck. You died to give us this truck, man.
Probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
I mean, what the fuck does that mean, Wake? My coffee. Yeah, Barry was Barry, but also you're like a stiff-legged writer. What do you have that he doesn't? I might respect Barry a little too much because I have a great respect for actual editors. Boy, they are giving us a lot of goodies. Alan, stop swiveling around like a psychopath. Goodness night. That's true, though. I feel like that's a joke Barry would actually say. Like some of that would be a Barry line. Okay, there's no way through with car anymore. Not that I can see, anyway. Unless I can drive through that. Although, yes, given that this truck is also stopped by that, I would say no. Your car did as well, Walter. Jeez, why would you do this? Go flare! Weaken it! Destroy! Okay, there is a easier way to change weapons. I just forgot about it. I like how that guy really walked the entire way back up to us. Bully for him. Up, our only path downward is downward. More coffee, and also stage seating?
The brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
Old gods of Asgard!
Ow! Run! Incoming! There's too many of them!
Complete with a dragon!
God damn.
So glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Johnson.
Shut up and shoot!
There's torchbearers.
Fight them all! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out!
That!
Hey, Al, did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stuffed! Al, hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on!
There's a big flashlight and I need it! Flashbang! Give it to me! Finally! Biggest! other guys. Glassy crooked teeth, from ocean waves, now hear the ocean seas. So I bless this for. Fine, I'll flashbang! Alan Wake had to turn this into not a horror story. It is time for the hot stit to happen. Ooh, pump action shotgun. What if shotgun super mode? Ow. That was kind of a waste. Ow.
Oh my God! Enjoy it! God damn it!
Oh, I died, damn it.
I'm so glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Johnson.
Shut up and shoot! Ow! We have to fight them off! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out!
Okay, but give me your coffee first.
Did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stopped! Ow! Hold on! I'm trying to get the stage lights on!
Flashbang! And no, see, this is a very serious part of the game. This is the part of the game where the game is like, no, we're not dour. We are having fun here. Like, yes, this does kill some of the horror of the game. Also, I think it rules. You know what game also does something like this? Left 4 Dead. And everyone loves those games. Nope. Uh-oh. Ow. Ah! I gotta be more prodigious about using my defenses.
I'm so glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Johnson.
Shut up and shoot! Ow! We have to fight them off! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out!
Flashbang out! Just get rid of them right away.
This place is stopped!
You know, that's fair.
I'm trying to get the stage lights on!
It just is a really cool scene in an otherwise very cool video game that really stands out, is the thing. Nasty crooked teeth. taken slaves like ocean waves. Now feel the ocean feed. Oh, bless this war. I wish the lyrics were on the stream. I want to sing along with this so badly. Flashbang out. Flashbang, get out of my face. Hate dealing with the big guys. Ah, did a charge at me.
This is pretty much how I always wanted to go out.
Oh, I died again. God damn it. One ever so slight problem is that this game can be a little difficult sometimes. But also, hey, we made it to the checkpoint. It actually counted as a checkpoint this time. Get out. Get out. I said no dual wielding. That's not allowed in this house.
Please don't let me die. Go with my fire. This is pretty much how I always wanted to go out. Rock and roll! Woo! Wow, this thing is the most awesome moment of our entire lives.
Ow. Rude. Ah, right. When he puts up the light, you have to stand in it to get the checkpoint, because that's how the light checkpoint system works. Ow. Kablam! I wish the lyrics of the song played on screen so I could sing along with them, because I love that song so much.
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Hey, Al! This way to the farm!
Oh my god. I've been waiting so long to do this segment. I don't even care that I died a couple times. And I hope people who were not expecting this enjoyed this.
See, bestseller? No reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time. We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me.
Barry, please. My buddy, my friend. I'm glad for that, Razier. Because when I was first watching people play this game, my thought around this time was, okay, this is a good game, and I really like where the story is going. And they did some really effective creepy moments at the Hartfield place. But is that all this game has? And as it turns out, no, it also has that scene. And it's like, okay.
I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
Oh, I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way, I'll sulk all day long. I'm always intense and moody. It makes me very attractive and mysterious. Right now, I'm just standing here because I need my best friend Barry to carry me. But that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
See, another thing about this game is that... Oh, that's a manuscript page. Is that every line is made a lot funnier knowing that Alan Wake himself wrote them. So that entire thing Barry just did, that was... Wake wrote that on purpose. Mulligan questions Nightingale's orders.
Deputy Mulligan tuned Thornton's chatter out. He didn't think riders were particularly useful people, and a huge manhunt for one stuck him as idiotic. Certainly not worth the missed opportunity for coffee and pie. It wasn't even clear what the man had done, except run from them at the trailer park. Mulligan knew he wasn't alone. The sheriff's patience with the Fed was running out.
It is kind of a buddy action movie. Also, given the manuscript pages we've seen, it seems very clear now that Nightingale is not on the up and up. Like, obviously, everything he's done has shown that as well. But it's very clear that not even the regular cops have been told what we're doing. And Nightingale has made a couple allusions in his own pages of knowing exactly what he thinks we are doing with our rewriting of things. And that's interesting. Because it also means that Nightingale is somebody who was brought into the story by Wake to try and stop him. Someone who is brought in under the assumption that they are not already part of the story. Despite the fact that them being here means that they are part of the story.
Wow! You look at that thing, Al! They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they?
They even got a longboat. That rules.
Stuff. They must have done okay for themselves, so how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
Sleep. We all spend
Night Springs.
in soft
Man,
embrace, somewhere
back
between
memories.
fantasy
Hey,
and
remember when I got you that gig? Your first
dreams
real
of
writing
life
job.
forcing
What got you
themselves into
started?
waking life,
Was this one of your
or
episodes?
vice versa. In Night Springs.
Also, there's the reveal. We wrote parts of Night Springs.
The dream of dreams.
That's by someone else.
Barry does not care.
Mr. Jones, he explores the endless dreamscape, only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation. A long line of people.
Hey, Jones, right? Listen, we're gonna have to wait until His Highness over there is good and ready. Oh, wow. Who's that? You don't know him? What are you, new? He's the guy dreaming us. Well, not just us. He dreams everything. All of us. But wait, no. I'm the one who's dreaming. I'm asleep. Isn't this my dream? Oh, yeah. Sure. Get real, pal. You're just another dream. I'm a dream. You're a dream.
the weirdo in the diving suit is a dream, and the girl made of smiles and sunshine is definitely a dream. But I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming this. But maybe you're a really confused dream. What am I, a shrink? All I know is I'm going with the smart guys, and they say that's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there. I don't know what that means. It means we keep him happy. No sudden falls. We make sure he has his clothes on when he goes out in public. No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy, but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that. Because if he wakes up in a cold sweat... Yeah, precisely. So we wait till he wants to move on. Keep things nice and calm. Hey, something's happening here. Yeah? What's that? What? Can't you hear that? Oh, God help us, it's an alarm clock. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I gotta wipe the kids. Please don't wait.
I think it's incredibly effective that this doesn't end with the end of show messaging. It just ends. Like, that's already kind of creepy on its own. But the way it just stops, it just really sells it. Coffee. Hey. Right, I gotta go up somewhere else. Ah, God. The one bad thing that I can really say... Well, I mean, it wasn't a twist. I don't think it was a twist anyway. It was just like the guy woke up. Or maybe like a different awake guy, a different dreaming person was there and their clock woke the other dreaming guy up or something like that. But the fact that the program just stops is something. Also, the thing I was going to say, the reason why this game was briefly delisted was because of that song, because the rights went weird about it. Manuscript page. But the rights came back, so it's okay. The Anderson brothers in the 70s.
It's 1976. Madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths, coming back.
And here we see how the Andersons woke up the Dark Presence. They moved out here, and they did what fucking rockers do.
The Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
Well, you're correct, Alan Wake, as like maybe 5 minutes of research will tell you. Longboats like this could be used for battering ramming things. Old Gods of Asgard, the 1975 Ragnarok tour. Be awed by celestial wrath and fury. Many places. I'm not going to name off all of them. Phone in if that is a place where you're from. Don't actually phone in, but do, like, say something. It was just a basic puzzle, Barry. No problems. Taken. Whoa! Didn't get enough at the show, huh? People gotta chill. Now I gotta not do that to my bones. While that's true, Mr. Farmer, so is being a rude boy. So please stop attacking me. Well, I guess he's gone now, so.
I think we can make it through here, Al!
Oh, he's a fast one. Oh, he touched the lightning. Oh, I died! Dang.
Through here, Al!
Okay, I do need to kill this guy. Ha! He touched it! Touched it again. I think that means he's dead. Don't mind me just gonna run past the safety of these electrical apparati. Yeah, Jesus. Well, there you are, Barry. Now there's the moonshine distillery.
Those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you find us a way out of here, okay? I'm gonna take a closer look at this stuff.
Barry, do not drink and do not sell the darkness booze to goddamn the world, okay? That's a bad idea. Barry is not a terrible person, but he is very motivated by the money.
Be careful, Al!
And he needs to maybe not be motivated by the money. Oh, there was an entire dude in that stack.
I'm good. Keep your eyes open, okay?
Wow, it's been a while since we've had a radio show.
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff. Which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that, Thornton. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying we got, other irons to fry.
And how would you compare your workload to last year's? Things have seemed relatively peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Oh, it's wild, Pat. It's pretty wild. There's been all sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people gone missing, too. Yeah, it's pretty much the usual stuff, Pat. Just, a lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? People seem to be more drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
Oh, it's definitely not just you, Pat, but... Definitely, Pat. Hey, I'm talking here, Thornton. Oh, shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Not just me.
Oh, yeah, it's wilder, Pat, but actually most of the trouble seems to be coming from grown men. People who ought to know better, Kids are doing fine this year.
Well, that's nice to hear at least. Boys, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'll let you get back to your patrol.
Sure thing, Pat. Yeah, sure thing, Pat.
Sorry. Anyway, in one of the earlier streams, somebody mentioned, it'd be creepy if we heard that a lot of people were just kind of going missing in town. And, they are. Every single enemy we've seen is a person who has died and is now missing forever. And no one will ever know. The darkness is horrifying. Oops.
I could see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field. It wasn't far now. I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods.
Also, even though not everyone is a creative in this town, everyone here probably gets some water from Cauldron Lake. Which means that everyone here has been, in some degree or another, drinking from the Dark Presence. This town was an eldritch horror situation just kind of waiting to happen.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, no! He tried to kill me with a combine harvester! I feel like there is a what's his name? Weird Al song about this. That is a true fact. That's true, Razier. Actually, I think the Weird Al song was like I want to take my combine harvester or something. Like, I don't know. Silo keys.
Al? Is that you out there, buddy?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, it's me.
Hey, let's go, man.
Incidentally, this is why Walter was so resistant to being taken. He was drinking the moonshine. Oh, you need help. Punch.
Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
Valhalla. And it kind of look like a lodge house. I feel like certain individuals would get mad at it for certain design elements, but I feel like as they're part of a chintzy 70s rock band, that it's kind of like part of the deal. Old gods know the truth. Kind of already figured that, CW, but thank you.
The lights are out. Guess we better check the fuse box.
Old Gods of Asgard, in the Valley of My Shadow. That's an album. Many Wolves. An actual print of their album cover. Awesome. Drum set at home. Yeah, and like guitar, in case you want to practice.
The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
I wanted to play it now. All the various Viking shields. Coffee thermos. Very traditional bedroom. This is for guests.
Come on, Al, let's get the lights on, huh?
I'm looking, man. Fireworks. Old Gods of Asgard, in the Valley of My Shadow. A different album. I like it, though. Hi, another coffee thermos.
You know, this place looks kind of lived in. I thought the Andersons wanted the movie
Manuscript page.
Again, Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy drunken dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
I love that Alan learns what happened during that missing week when he writes what happens during that missing week. That's just really good. Nice guitar. Some of their moonshine. Oh, and there's a fuse box. Nice and close. Ah, and here it is.
Can you hear that, Al? Music?
Of course. We need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talking about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be what's her face, the crazy landlady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Was ask me?
I go mad with the night. I love this song. Love set free. You will need the witch's cabin key. Find the lady of the light, gone mad with the night. That's how you reshape destiny.
Okay. We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry. This is... Yeah, what the hell?
There is a full version of that song, and it's very, very good.
Seriously, because I know we don't get along, but we're gonna find her, right? Even though you're a crazy bastard, I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure, like a brother.
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
What a lovely scene. And now we get to see what happened in that lost week. Only, we are actually doing the ghost thing.
Right. I'm coming! It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth. A suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off.
I like how...
Alice?
You can kind of, like, tell that immediately after the Old Gods of Asgard bit, they decided that they're going to play around with the gameplay a bit.
Beyond this lost memory, there was nothing. I had to follow the footsteps of my past self to find out what had happened that night.
To be fair, I am doing that. I did meander a fair bit. I'm stuck. Welcome back, Knight. We are learning about what happened during that blank week. After Alan and Barry had their bro movement.
I remembered thinking...
And yeah, it's in the first person mode.
Water, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crash car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice,
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Alice!
That's a good question, Knight.
An easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
I think Ray and Shantae would get along fairly well. But it would be like a loose friendship.
Touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You'll laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind you.
God, this bit is rather effective.
Alice?
She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her.
Ah!
Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do.
I actually don't think Verd would be a fan of Roddy Tops because...
You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
There's like this underlying feeling...
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her.
That Roddy Tops might be kind of a bad person. Like a good, like, neutral at best.
Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back. No. I wrote it.
I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobweb she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. It will know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my Barbara a long time ago. She looks so old.
You ever think about how Alan wrote Thomas into the story?
Confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night.
Verd would probably hang out with Risky Boots, but mostly to steal her stuff.
It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's
James
your
Joyce.
fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Dun dun dun! Now we are going to sit and listen to the credits for this one.
There's an old town road with mysteries
On the poet and his muse,
and a magic lake which gave a life
to the words the poet used.
Now the muse she was
His happiness, his rhymed about her grace,
and told the stories of
treasures deep beneath the blackened waves. In the stillness of one knows within his misty crown, there she went down to the lake, and in the lake she drowned. And then you see your love set free, you must leave the witch's cabin key. Find the lady of the night, got mad with the night. That's how you reshape destiny.
The poet came down to the lake to call out to his dear.
When there was no answer, he was overcome with fear.
He searched in vain for his treasure, lost until soon the night was fall. And only his own echo would wail back at his call. And when he swore to bring back his love, the stories he'd create, nightmares lifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake. And now to see your love set free, she will lead the witch's cabin key.
Find the lady of the light, gone mad in the night. That's how you reshape destiny.
In the dead of night she came to him with darkness in her eyes. We're in a morning gown,
Sweet words of your disguise.
He took her in without a word, for he saw his great mistake, and vowed them both to silence
Deep beneath the lake.
Now if it's real or just a dream, one mystery remains.
For it is said on moonless nights they may still haunt this place. Now to see your love set free, you may leave the witch's cabin key. Find the lady of the light, go mad with the night. That's how you reshape destiny. Now to see your love set free,
you will lead the witch's cabin key.
find the lady of the night. It's the part I'm not confused. That's how you reshape destiny. I adore that song so much.
Previously on Alan Wake. Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deerfest? And I think that this sums it up. It's about friendship and community. We've got a great party coming up. Let's try to hold it in until tomorrow and get through the night in one piece, all right?
I have it. Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
I have to imagine the name Watery probably comes from
The manuscript pages were gone. The FBI agent had taken them.
Alan, shut up, please.
I think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now? Ow. Ow, this is not good.
That about sums it up.
Oh, I am never drinking again.
I need to talk to Weaver. She's the one in the song. The Lady of the Light.
What, the crazy lady? Ugh, whatever you say, Al, but we're stuck here. They're not gonna...
I had some reading to do first, Sheriff, and let me tell you, it was an interesting read. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent. There's no way you're walking out of here. You hear me in there, Brett Easton Ellis?
Easton Ellis. That might be his deepest pull.
We all want things, Sheriff. I wanted my... Look, that's not possible right now.
Agent Nightingale, I insist.
Wake, what's wrong?
Lady, are you stupid? It's a trick. It's an obvious trick.
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. Wake, I'm gonna trust you with this.
You're joking.
Agent Nightingale, your opinion would matter more if you were sober and if I actually believed you were here on official business.
Whoa! Get back in the cell, Stephen King. The only way you're leaving this place is over my dead...
Wait a minute.
Oh my god!
Light. We need light. It's the only way to fight this thing.
In my office. I've got your things there. Follow me.
Oh man, we're sitting ducks with the lights out.
Stay cool. I can get the emergency power on.
Okay, now that I have time to think. Watery is a name that probably came from the native indigenous people who called it an actual name that made sense, and this is just a translation or their interpretation of it. Or it might be just a European thing that was said, like, damn, this place be watery. And so it was. Secondly, The Poet and His Muse, the song that played there, the song that the old gods of Asgard wrote to help them remember things, is a very, very cool song that I really, really like. And I'm glad you all got to listen to it, if you haven't seen it before. Second, I want to talk about something that is a little unstated at the moment. It is mentioned that Thomas Zane was written into the story by Wake. But Thomas Zane already existed. So he kind of made use of him. But also, the things that Thomas Zane did were things done to help Wake. It's just really interesting to wrap your head around, I think. Anyway, I think my favorite manuscript pages are up. Boop. Boop. Nightingale reads the manuscript. This is my favorite manuscript in the game.
Nightingale tried to make sense of the manuscript. It was disjointed and strange. He didn't understand half of it, but it all rang true. Impossibly true. He took out his hip flask when he reached the page that described how he reached the page that made him take out his hip flask. It wasn't the booze that made his mind real.
Now, I've said this a couple times, but this is one of the pages that I think shows that Alan Wake's really got it. He took out his hit flask when he reached the page that described how he reached the page that made him take out his hit flask. There's something very eloquent about that to me. He takes out his hit flask to drink it as he reads on the page that he did that exact thing as he read it on the page. And that's... I love stuff like this. Also, no, Rizzier, I wouldn't say Thomas Zane is a puppet. I would say that he's a poet. Nightingale attacked by the Dark Presence.
Nightingale felt the situation veering out of his control, but the gun at least felt steady in his hands. He was ready to fire, resolved that he would let this happen over his dead body. And yet he hesitated. He had seen this moment before, read it in the page. He was transfixed by the déjà vu and the horror that he was a character in a story someone had written. Then the monstrous presence burst in behind him and dragged him into the night.
And so, unless I'm, blanking on something, so ends Officer Nightingale. A character who was very clearly and directly kind of meant to be a Dirty Harry type. But in a story where Dirty Harry's screw the rules, I have a big gun behavior doesn't lead to you saving the day. It leads to you fucking dying. Because if he had communicated with the cops, this probably would have went a lot better for him. Which would have been bad. So good that he didn't. Also, yeah, Nightingale is one of the only characters who becomes acutely aware that he's not 100% real. And that kind of messes him up. Anyway, next checkpoint we hit, we're going to call it, because it's getting close to my cutoff time anyway. But I'm glad we got to see the stuff that we did see today. I'll take that flare. I'll take that flare. I'll take that coffee. It was not a brainectomy. Goodness.
Here are your things. Wait, what do I need to know? What do you need from me?
They can be hurt in the light, only in the light. And I need to find Cynthia Weaver. She can help me stop this.
Light. Check. Cynthia. She lives in the old decommissioned power plant. I can get you there pretty quickly in the rescue chopper. Come on, let's get back to your friend.
Have we hit a checkpoint? I wasn't actually paying attention.
Wheeler, I need you to stay here.
Don't mind me in taking this.
We're going to fetch our ride, but I have friends who need to be warned about this.
Just hide that in my heat
Two
tweet.
places at once. I need your help.
Well, okay.
Here's a list of people and phone numbers. I need you to call them and tell them you have a message from me. Night Springs, okay? They'll know what to do.
Night Springs? Like the TV show? Gotcha. Oh, hey, that radio guy is on the list. Maine. Who's Frank Breaker? He related to you?
My dad.
Hey, is this like a secret society?
Can you do this? You'll be safe here. The backup power's on. These guys need to be alerted, just in case we don't come back.
You'll come back for me though, right?
As soon as we get the chopper ready. Thanks, Wheeler. I owe you one. Okay, let's go, Wake. Through the back.
I forgot that there was this Night Springs conspiracy thing.
Yeah, I know it's late, but listen, the sheriff, Sarah, asked me to tell you something. She says Night Springs, okay? So I guess she... Yes, sir. Okay, No, she's okay. She's just busy, so she asked me to...
Also, Ray would hate the fuck out of Wheeler. He's a turbo nerd.
Actually, I'm a literary agent, sir. I'm just helping her out because she's busy right now.
Right, Barry's not an editor, not necessarily. He's a literary
Well,
agent.
what you'd most likely be familiar with is Alan Wake. You're kidding? Well, I'm glad to hear that, sir. I'll tell Al you said that. That's really nice. But listen, I really need to make some more calls here. You got the message, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, thanks, sir. Bye now. Hey, the sheriff's dad is a big fan, Al. Said you're the best thing to happen to crime fiction since James Elroy. I think he was a little drunk, though.
Well, let's go. That's fine. A checkpoint.
Oh, hell. Whatever took Nightingale must have broken the gate controls. We can't reach the gate's control box from here. We need to get to the other side over the rooftop.
I'll go. I'll open the gate for you once I'm across. You stay here in the light and cover me, Sheriff, okay?
I wish I knew where the checkpoint was. Because I do gotta stop. You know what? We're literally at the start of the chapter. It's fine. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Take care, everybody.
I needed to reach the rooftop to get to the other side of the broken gate.
And thank you all for watching me stream. It does my heart good. Take care and have a lovely night. Tomorrow, next time I stream, I'll raid somebody. I'm feeling a little too tired for that. Okay, good night.